Hi guys, I'm Mark and today we're gonna create this fantastic monitor and of course that camera, okay? That works in real time in Unreal Engine 5. So let's get started, it's an easy tutorial. We are in the 5.6 version of Unreal Engine, but it works in the other versions. The first thing we want to do is basically to import our mesh, and I have created a link in the description so you can basically download it, and it's the camera, okay, the static mesh of the camera. Okay, when you import the mesh, one thing to remember is basically to don't choose import materials and also texture. Why that? Because basically we don't want to use our materials, and there is a little problem when you try to import something from Blender to Unreal Engine 5. So basically we can do the same materials but in Unreal Engine. Okay, so basically we create them here. So double click on VideoCam. Okay, yes. And now we want to set up these two materials. The first one, okay, so let's create a folder. Materials, and I want to, of course, I create a material. It's basically our video cam. Another, it's basically our glass. And the third one is basically the, I call it stick to wall. It's basically this little thing here that basically attach to the wall. Okay, so now returning materials, and I want to stop the glass material that is basically I think most difficult. So material domain, surface, blend mode, not opaque, but I choose translucent. Okay, and I want also to choose the refraction. So refraction here, and I want to choose for the method the index of refraction. So basically we use the real index of reflection of our glass. Okay, so it's basically 1.52. Yes. And okay, for the opacity I choose 0.2, and okay, it's now perfect. So let's apply, save, and now in VideoCam we can drop it here, not here. Okay, so if you want you can control, and yes, we have this. Okay, the mesh have a little problem here, but I don't know how to fix it. I try many times, but I don't know how to fix it. So basically the mesh is like that. So we want also to change our video cam. I want like a black color, like maybe like this. Choose 0.3 for the metallic, and for the roughness I choose 0.4, specular maybe 1. Okay, I think like this can be great. So let's apply and I will test it. So let's colligate here, and okay, can be perfect. And the last one is sticks to wall, and it's basically the same thing, but I want to choose white. Okay, so metallic I choose 0.4, specular maybe I choose 1, and the roughness I choose 0.4. Like this. Okay, let's save. Okay, and now of course we want also to apply to our sticks to wall here. The sticks to wall. Like, what's the problem here? Why this doesn't work? Okay, perfect. Now we want to create our blueprint, that basically our security camera. Okay, so let's create a folder that is basically our blueprints, and I want to create an actor. So let's get the blueprint class. Okay, an actor. So bp underscore security camera. Yes, double click on it. And now we want to set up our security camera, of course. So let's add two static mesh. Why I choose two different static mesh and not one static mesh for our security camera? Because in this way we can rotate this little video cam. Okay, and I will demonstrate it later. So the first static mesh is basically our camera. The second one is our sticks to wall. Yes, the first one I want to choose, of course, our mesh video cam, and the second one I want to choose sticks to wall. Yes, perfect, like this. I want to choose choose point one for one and point one for the other. Okay, yes. And basically we have it. We have this little cam, and of course, if you want, you can maybe rotate this a little bit. Okay. I want also another thing that basically is our scene capture component 2D. So it's basically create an image, a snapshot of in real time of our scene from that point of vision. Okay, it works like a real camera, but use it not for gameplay action. So this scene capture component is like a child of our camera, and I want to put it maybe not here, like this, in front of our camera. Yes, maybe like this. And I want also to rotate 180. And okay, let's compile and save. We want to create our render target. It's basically our snapshot, okay, because we use it like a texture. Create this little image, and this little image became like a texture for our monitors, our different things. Okay, so you can basically see what the camera sees. So let's create it. Right click, and I want to create here in the texture. Go here and select render target. I call it RT capture camera. Double click in it, and I want to choose for the size. I choose the size of a normal monitor, so basically 1920 and of course 1080. Let's save it. Okay, perfect. And now we want to choose in scene capture component in the details. I want to search for capture, maybe texture target, yes, and of course it's basically our capture camera. Okay, so let's compile and save, and now we have created our camera. Okay, now it works perfect. So we want to put it in the world, so I want to take these blueprints and maybe I move it like here. Okay, perfect. Maybe I can rotate it here. Let's rotate this little thing. So now we have the camera, but basically we don't see what the camera sees. So for a little demonstration, I create another blueprints that basically our monitor. So go in blueprint class, actor, and I call it VP security monitor. Okay, let's save, Control S. And now we have this security monitor. I choose, of course, a static mesh, and it's basically our monitor. For this demonstration, I choose a cube. You can choose another mesh, of course. So now we want to create that material. So basically the material of our monitor. So let's go in content drawer, and I want to go in materials, and I want to create another material. This is basically our monitor. And for this, I want simply to take our capture camera, so basically our texture, and I will colligate RGB for basic color. Okay, so specular, I want to choose 1. Let's save it. So drag and drop our blueprints, security monitor, and of course we want to set up here the material, otherwise it doesn't work, of course. So monitor. Okay, let's compile, and now we have our camera. So if you go here, of course here there is a little problem because the screen is not completely flat. Okay, but it works. It's a little bit darker, I think, but it works. Okay, so basically maybe you want to stop different cameras, you can do it. Of course, you must maybe have different render target, each one for each camera, okay? And maybe in the monitor you can create like a collage of different cameras, different screen target to create like a real security monitor, okay? But this works. So thank you guys for the watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and of course, bye bye.